Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of everybody. Well, not everybody, but the Aries. And if you're watching this and you're not an Aries, because this is an Aries full moon message, you may find a message in here resonates for you still. And I figured out what that weird noise was in my microphone in the Pisces reading. It was because my batteries in my microphone were dying. So when I changed them, it stopped making that noise, which I'm glad I figured out what it was because I was going to get real stressed. But anyway, so if you have an Aries as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node or south node, these messages can especially resonate for you under this Aries full moon. Quick shout out to my t-shirts. If you want a shirt like this with whatever zodiac sign you are, or you want to give it to somebody for a gift, you can click the link in my description box and then go to the site, type in whatever zodiac sign you're looking for, and then find your shirt. All right. So let's see, Aries placements. What do we need to surrender? I had a dream last night about a message for like Aries and Pisces. It was really weird, but like it was that you don't have to do things in extremes all the time. Like there's not just one thing that you need to always focus on at a time. Like you can focus on multiple things at a time. And finding that balance, that harmony that Libra has. So it's like you don't have to always focus on just career. You don't have to always just focus on love. You can find the balance and focus on a few things at once, okay? I know it's hard, like when you want to put all your energy into one thing or like all or nothing. But that was what the dream said to me. All right. So let's see. What do we need to surrender for Aries placements under the Aries full moon? What do we need to surrender at this time for the Aries full moon? What do you want us to release? Surrender stress. You guys get that message all the time in your readings, Aries. Surrender stress. Y'all carry a lot of extra stress in your body. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. So y'all have to work on not letting stress build up so much and making sure you're proactively getting stress out of your body by being physical, not hurting nobody, but like exercising, doing some jumping jacks, some cardio, doing something that can like, you just shake it out your body. And then you have surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So the moon is conjunct the Chiron in Aries. Chiron is our wounded healer. It's the parts of ourselves that we experience the most wounds, but are the most healing and helpful to ourselves and other people. So the Chiron in Aries and Aries energy deals with I am. Like this is my physical body, first house. This is who I am, right? And so there's a lot of surrendering going on and releasing surrounding those topics of who I am and is who I am good enough? Am I good enough? Just me being me, not having to do anything extra, just with whatever I bring to the table. Am I good enough with that person? Am I able to accept that person? Am I able to be with that person? Am I able to be compassionate? Because we will find that there are things in our lives that we are able to change about ourselves, about our circumstances. And there's other things that we learn to integrate that we cannot change, that we have gone through, made us who we are. We have those scars, we have those reminders, we have our personality, we have our looks. There's some things that we can never change. So it's really about finding compassion and peace with the things that you cannot change and the things that you can actively change. And so that is where the full moon energy and what we're trying to learn is coming from. Sorry, my various nose rings get all confused sometimes. So let's look at what blunt truth that Aries needs to hear right now for this energy. What is the blunt truth that Aries placements under this full moon needs to hear? What do Aries need to hear at this time, Aries? I don't know if that, okay. What does Aries need to hear right now? Upward and onward. What does Aries need to hear at this time? You have separation. We have so we're here again. We have new career path. Liar, liar. Liar, liar. Pants on fire. What's the liar, liar card about for the blunt truth? We have you're not ready. I'm trying to figure out if it's that you're lying to yourself about being ready. Like, are you lying and you're saying you're not ready and you are ready? Or are you lying to yourself trying to convince yourself you are ready and you're not? That's where I'm confused. Let me see. Could be for a new career path. On my predictions on Patreon, I did a 3-month predictions. It's early access on Patreon. I was talking to fire signs about this, about saying that you're ready for more, and then you get more and you're like, okay, well, now I don't know what to do with this because it's too much for me. I'm going to clarify that you're not ready card. What is you're not ready for Aries at this time? You're not ready. What is that about? The only constant is change. We have communication coming in. You have third party person. That card also came out for the 3-month predictions for fire signs. It may be that you're actually not ready for something. Yeah, there's something better. We got to get to the bottom of this. I got to do some investigation work. Let me do some investigation work because I'm still confused. It's still not clicking. Sometimes the messages don't always click for readers right away. It takes some time. Clarify liar, liar for Aries and you're not ready. And then you have also there's a secret, which is how that's how things go when it comes down to full moons. There's usually something hidden that becomes revealed either after the full moon or maybe even during or before. So let's see. Clarify you're not ready for Aries. What is this third person? The truth will come out. If there is anything hidden, it'll come out soon. About maybe what you're not ready for. You have manifest. We have temptation. We have change. That's funny. So we have a few things about, this is the only constant is change, and then we have change right here. So some of you are trying to manifest a change in a situation when it's not the right time for the situation to change yet, or maybe there's still some things you have to learn within your current situation before you manifest a new situation. Because keep in mind, full moons are for releasing. It's not for manifesting right now. It's for seeing what all you need to let go of before you get more in your life. All right. What else is Aries need to know, or what is Aries maybe not ready for? It's kind of about finding balance about where you're at right now, who's in your life right now. All right. Yeah, you have not worth it. You have not the right time. And you have self-sabotage. Okay. So you got they won't reach out. You got not the right time. You got self-sabotage. And then you got not worth it. So this is what I'm getting, Aries. And for anybody who this resonates with for the Aries full moon. This full moon is really teaching us that it doesn't matter if we are able to manifest a new situation, if we don't know how to handle it. Okay? Everybody manifests these relationships, these friendships, these lifelong dreams with a white picket fence. But they don't ever imagine themselves actually painting the fence. They don't ever imagine themselves mowing the lawn. They don't imagine the upkeep of the house. They don't imagine the upkeep of the relationships. They don't imagine when things get tough, the tough get going, right? So I feel like a lot of you right now are in this process, this place where you're like, I want more from my life. I want more in my career, whether that's more responsibility. I want promotions. You don't think about what those promotions come with. I want more friendship. You don't think about what those friendships come with. Because Aries is an energy of action. Think later, act first, think later. And so Spirit is telling you to release the spirit of always just acting impulsively. You're not thinking about the responsibilities that come with it. That's why Aries is square to Capricorn. Capricorn is about discipline. It's about the effort that we put in to keep up with what we have. It's, what we work hard to receive. And that's what it cares about, is about the discipline. Aries doesn't care about that right now. Aries cares about, this is what I want right now. I'm going to go get it right now. And what happens. But these are how you always end up with short-term relationships, short-term thrills. You don't end up satisfied long-term, because it's always like, well, I'm just going to jump into this now and then we'll figure out the rest later. Or it's like, we'll jump into this now. We don't care who is affected, how anybody feels about it. And that can ultimately sabotage things too, which is why Aries is also square to Cancer. Aries does not care about feelings. It cares about action. Aries does not care about consequences. It cares about actions. Feelings is Cancer. Consequences is Capricorn. That's how that goes. So, with all that being said, Aries, and whoever this is resonating for, this is a period where you're learning to stop self-sabotaging by just being so impulsive and really managing what you have right now, right? What's right in front of you. You don't always need another situation to help you to re-spark excitement or be excited or get that thrill or feel alive. There are certain things you learn maintenance with that's right in front of you. So some of you are trying to use this energy right now to manifest more for yourself, somebody to come back, and you're just not even dealing with what's happening where you're at, okay? Or there's temptation to kind of like run away from a situation, self-sabotage. There's temptation to kind of just abandon it because you got it started, but sometimes Aries starts things and then does not finish it. And that's where the impulsivity comes from. It's like learning to follow things through, learning to see it through to the end. Cardinal energy is really good at starting things, not always good at finishing. So, this is not necessarily the right time to just keep on starting brand new things, because it's like, okay, you get an idea, you go act on it. You get an idea, you go act on it. You see something you like, you go get it. You see something like, you go get it. And that's great to do that. But not everything you see, you have to go get. Not everything that sparks your interest means you have to leave what you have right in front of you, or go back to something else. Like, there's always going to be temptation. And so this is where some of you may self-sabotage a lot, where you're like, every time you're tempted, you act upon that temptation. And then you're like, you face the consequences afterwards. And it's like, it just keeps repeating the cycle over and over and over and over. And so you want the situations to change, but in all honesty, you have to change yourself before situations can change. All right. So let's see. What is the advice for Aries at this time under this full moon? What is the advice for Aries? What is the advice for Aries at this time? Okay, wait a minute. What is the advice for Aries at this time? We got unfinished business here. We got car. Finish what you start. That's what I keep hearing. Finish what you start. Finish what you start. Finish what you start. That's the message that keeps popping in my head. Single. Some of you have so many of these situations that are just like left and abandoned, and that could include people that you've left and abandoned on a whim because you're like, you just do what you want to do. Especially if you're like manifesting generator or manifester Aries. Many of you just want to do what you want to do. You don't inform people about what you're going to do. You just do it. And in result of that, it hurts people. It leaves a lot of confusion with the people around you, affair or third party. A lot of you get tempted all the time. Like, you get tempted by new things, shiny new things, always chasing the shiny new thing, especially if you have Aries Venus, is what I'm hearing. And some of you just have all these doors open, like applications you started, jobs that you start, you don't finish, or just because it's like just acting on that emotional excitement that you get right then and there. And it's no thought behind it. It's no thought. It's no, let me think about this first. And it's just like running and rushing around. All right. So You got people still angry or hurt. There's people that have been affected by your impulsivity, or your inability to communicate, or your inability to be direct or upfront about you changing your mind or you jumping into this or that. You may not think it affects people, but it does. And so there are some people that will reach out to try and mediate the situation, or they'll express how they feel offended or hurt by you. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with you making decisions for yourself. Aries is a sign of self. However, it is also important to consider how your actions affect others. And it doesn't mean that you can't still do what you want to do. But like I said, if you're a manifester or manifesting generator, especially, it's important that you at least communicate to give somebody a heads up. Like, this is what I want to do now. I changed my mind. Now, will they like it? No, but at least they can say you said something and it wasn't just taking people by surprise. You have single. Some of you are better off single because you just are all over the place. You're all over the place. You get tempted too easily. You get swayed too easily to really be in something committed right now. And that could hurt people. Or it's just better until you really figure out what you want, to just sit down for a bit. And if you're single, it's easier. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to tell anybody anything. You don't have to report to anyone. You can just kind of move as you please. And then that's that, But I think that's what this full moon is really trying to tell the Aries, as well as anybody who's resonating with, is that this isn't a time to ask for more and just keep on starting new things and not finishing them, and not thinking about the consequences of being careless or impulsive or reckless. You're not quite ready for more, and you have a lot of unfinished business here that's still remaining. And just because you go to a new situation doesn't mean that other situation is suddenly just, I left it, out of sight, out of mind. No, you're leaving a lot of, like, the way I see it in my head is like you're kind of like pouring the gasoline and there's like a trail following you, and it's just like fire just blazed behind you, and you're just walking and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna look at it, and it's just like things are just burning down behind you. Like, that's what I see. You're just leaving this trail of just hurting people, or not thinking about what your actions are doing, and it's just like, oh well, that's in the past. Is it really in the past? It's still there. It's still there. The evidence is still there. So it's just something to keep in mind, okay? So let's see what else is coming towards Aries at this time for October, during after this full moon. What can Aries expect at this time? What can Aries placements expect at this time? Eight of Pentacles. I see you starting to try to focus. Just trying to focus more on one thing at a time here. Let's see. And I know that might contradict the message I had a little bit in the beginning about how you don't have to be all or nothing sometimes. But, two things can be true at once. So let's see what else is coming towards Aries. Oop. We got Libra energy, because Libra is opposite of Aries. Let's see. Anything else? So, from what I can see so far, I see you still walking away from some things. Don't know exactly what that is, but you're still walking away from some things in order to maintain balance or see certain things through, or you're walking away from things that that you really didn't want in the first place. You just wanted to see if you could get it. Aries is one of those signs that likes a moving target to see if they can catch it. But a lot of those things, it's just because it was moving. It just caught your eye, But it doesn't mean you really wanted it. So I think some of you are just finding that balance to see whether this is during Libra season or it's in regards to a Libra. What is it that you really want? And what are some things that you just were temptation? You just were like, I just want to see if I can get this person. I just want to see if I can get this job. I don't really want it. I just want to see if I can get it. I just want to see, because you love. Don't tell me no. You love competition. You like the thrill of the chase. You like things like that. It gives you that boost, that self-esteem boost. All fire signs are like that. That y'all do love to capture your target. And so therefore, there are things that you have captured in the midst of this, and you're like, I actually don't want this. I just wanted to see if I maybe did want it or not. And so there are some things that you're walking away from, and you're like, okay, I have too many of these little moving targets around me. It's stopping me from getting something that I actually want, and I actually know I have to put in some work to get or to sustain it. It's not just a one and done type of thing. And then I'll be able to celebrate with that, right? With the 6 of Wands. So let's see, what is the final message to wrap up here for Aries placements at this time? Aries. End of this full moon. What is the final message for Aries right now? You have 6 of Wands again, but it's in reverse. What is the final message for Aries? Here is you, the Emperor, taking control, self-discipline, self-control of yourself. Okay, we got this Sun card. Nice. Leo energy. We have the Justice card again. It's in reverse. 7 of Swords in reverse. Devil card in reverse. Okay, what's the Devil card in reverse here for Aries for the last messages here? What's the Devil card in reverse? 3 of Swords in reverse. I feel like, the Lovers in reverse. I feel like this could be looking at where you have either self-sabotaged relationships several times, or looking at what kind of relationships you tend to go after to give you a temporary ego boost, or maybe it's like, this is either you going after relationships that you know you don't really want, or that are toxic, or that are just for that thrill of what you get when you get them or you're around them, but it's not actually sustainable. Or this is like your toxic habit of like starting and stopping relationships, and there's a lot of short-term relationships, and not actually putting in the work to keep those relationships, or just being careless with relationships, right? And it could come from some of these abandonment fears, fears of rejection. So you kind of reject people before they can reject you. And that prevents you from ever fully getting close to anybody, and ever fully healing, ever fully forming deeper, intimate connections. But I see you looking at these imbalances here, whether it's you that's playing a part directly, or ending things prematurely, or starting them and stopping them, and just whatever it is that you're doing, before you can ask for more and be like, oh, well, I'm not really getting what I want. Some of you are not even giving yourself a chance to see what you really want. You're just going after these things kind of just on a whim, not really thinking about that. So it's like you're sitting down now, I feel like, and you're really thinking about, okay, what do I really want from my relationships, or these situations here where I've kind of been deceiving myself and just doing things just because, not really thinking about the type of people I want around, not really thinking about anything, just acting. Where have you just been acting, not thinking? And you're like, okay, let me actually think about this now. Let me think if about what I really want. Because keep in mind, your sister sign is Libra. Libra is a very indecisive energy, because Libra wants to weigh out all the options, does not want to choose something that they know they may not want. Now, Aries has the opposite problem, where Aries may choose something too fast without thinking, and Libra takes too long, and they don't choose anything. Aries chooses everything, and they're like, oh, I didn't think about it. I just chose. So that's where we want to kind of like find that middle ground between acting, choosing everything, or not acting and choosing nothing. Okay. So that's what we got for you guys. Thank you for watching. If this reading resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe so the channel can thrive. I am at Tarot by Bronx. Happy full moon. Release some stuff. Give a little, get a little. Pray, believe, hope, and dream on everything.